Hi, I'm Mike Register, and I'm here to talk a little bit more detail about how we support and sustain an implementation of a scaled Agile framework. So recall that one of the key ideas here is around adoption, choosing and selecting and adopting an Agile framework. Now, what we also considered was once that framework has been implemented, how do we make sure that it sticks? How do we make sure that it's sustainable, that it evolves over time? And we talked about three main structures that we felt were important to have in place, to put in place in order to support sustainable adoption of a scaled Agile framework. So the first one was the Agile Coaching Office. Then the second was the Agile Sustainment Team, and finally the third were communities of practice, multiple communities of practice. So I'll talk a little bit about the Agile Coaching Office. So the idea here is that when the people who initially coach and implement the Scaled Agile Framework leave, that there's someone to carry that forward, a coaching team to carry that forward indefinitely. The idea here is that coaching now, from the perspective of the Agile coach, happens at multiple levels in the organization. It happens not only at the team level, but it also happens at the program level and the portfolio level across the enterprise. And it's important that we pay attention to all of these. So this chart talks a little bit about some of the concepts around the Agile Coaching Office. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail here, but I will refer you to some work that was done at the previous Scrum Coaching Retreat in 2011, where they went into quite detail over 2 days about the Agile Coaching Office. The wiki is Agile Coaching Services, so I'd refer you to that. There's a lot of great information there. I'm going to turn it over to Brian to talk about the other two structures.
Hi, Brian Stallings. I want to talk a little bit about the Sustainment Team, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about communities of practice. So Sustainment Team is all about sponsoring the change, and it may be where we start. So what are the right individuals so that you can champion this initiative going forward? And we want to be careful to say we don't just want an adoption, support for adoption. We want to make sure that there's the right kind of commitment so that our efforts can be sustained throughout. This is an ongoing journey, right? And so this chart talks a bit about who should be involved, the key influencers, a cross-functional team, for example, from multiple levels within the organization. What are the things they do, and how do we ensure the type of commitment that's necessary so that individuals in the organization can see that this is how we do things going forward, and that they can have the support that's needed. The chart does talk quite a bit about what does this group, this leadership group, do to help communicate why we're doing Agile and what its purpose is. The second part we discussed was community of practice. So when we talk about creating Agile teams, these cross-functional teams, one of the issues that happens in an organization is people may lose their connectivity to, let's say, a functional group. And so a community of practice can be sort of this webbing between multiple teams. And so we talk here on this chart a bit about how communities of practice can help to enable people to connect back into the organization, to disseminate knowledge well, to grow their accountability for a particular functional area. We talk about who should be involved. You might have role-based groups that are in a community of practice, say a group of product owners that talk about how to improve that discipline. And some discussion about how do we foster these communities. There may be a steward who really is a lead for that community that pulls people together with the kind of enthusiasm that will encourage people to persist in that community. And what they do, maybe they provide mentoring, they provide perhaps standards, they're subject matter experts in the organization, and they focus on an area of practice that's within their domain. So we felt that the ways that you can support and sustain scale within your organization are covered through Coaching Office, this Agile Sustainment Team, and ongoing communities of practice. Thank you.